In a world where celebrity drama often plays out on social media, it's rare to see two A-list stars take their feud to court. But that's exactly what's happening between Gossip Girl icon Blake Lively and Jane the Virgin star Justin Baldoni. What started as a promising collaboration on the highly anticipated film It Ends With Us has spiraled into a legal war filled with shocking allegations, courtroom battles, and industry-shaking implications. At the heart of the case is a fierce fight over a protective order. Lively is determined to keep certain confidential documents sealed, while Baldoni is pushing for full transparency. With whispers of hidden scandals, leaked emails, and even sexual harassment allegations entering the mix, this lawsuit isn't just about a film anymore. It's about careers, reputations, and the dark side of Hollywood power struggles. But here's the real question. What are they trying so hard to hide? And as the legal battle unfolds, will this case expose even bigger secrets lurking behind the scenes of the entertainment industry? Buckle up, because this fight is just getting started. The legal war between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni didn't start in a courtroom. It began on a film set. What was supposed to be a dream project for both actors quickly turned into a high-stakes battle over creative control, professional integrity, and now, even their personal reputations. At the center of this dispute is It Ends With Us, a film adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel of the same name. The book, which became a viral sensation thanks to TikTok, tells a deeply emotional and personal story about love, trauma, and resilience. Given its sensitive subject matter, which involves themes of domestic abuse and toxic relationships, there was always going to be pressure on the filmmakers to handle the adaptation carefully. Blake Lively, fresh off critically acclaimed performances in films like A Simple Favor and The Shallows, was tapped to play Lily Bloom, the lead character. It was a major role that had fans excited. Lively's charm, depth, and star power made her a seemingly perfect fit for the part. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni, best known for his role in Jane the Virgin, wasn't just set to co-star in the film. He was also directing and producing through his company, Wayfarer Entertainment. As someone who has spoken publicly about empowering women and tackling social issues, Baldoni's involvement made sense on paper. But behind the scenes, tensions were brewing. At first, things seemed promising. Both Lively and Baldoni spoke highly of the project when it was announced, and fans were excited to see them bring Hoover's emotionally charged novel to life. However, it quickly became clear that their vision for the film didn't align. According to sources close to the production, the first cracks in Lively and Baldoni's working relationship appeared during early script discussions. Lively, known for her meticulous approach to roles, reportedly wanted deeper character development and more emotional nuance in certain scenes. She allegedly pushed for rewrites that would give Lily a stronger narrative arc, but Baldoni and his production team resisted some of these changes. This clash over creative control became a major sticking point. While Lively wanted a more layered, complex portrayal, Baldoni, who also had to consider the studio's expectations, allegedly pushed to keep the adaptation closer to its original script. Things escalated when reports emerged that Lively felt misled about aspects of the production, particularly how her character's story would be handled on screen. Some sources claim she even threatened to walk away from the project at one point. But the dispute didn't stop at creative differences. As production moved forward, contract negotiations reportedly became heated. Lively's legal team claimed that Baldoni and Wayfarer Entertainment were operating in bad faith, withholding crucial details about the film's direction. That's when things took a legal turn. Lively filed a lawsuit demanding access to confidential documents from Wayfarer Entertainment, arguing that these materials would prove whether or not her concerns had been intentionally dismissed. This lawsuit was a clear sign that the battle had gone beyond just a disagreement over a film. It had become a fight for control, transparency, and reputation. To make matters even more intense, Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, got involved, filing for a protective order to prevent certain private details from being made public. This protective order request set the stage for the massive courtroom battle we're seeing today. And that brings us to the million-dollar question. What's really in those confidential documents? And why is Lively fighting so hard to keep them sealed? As this battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni intensified, one issue took center stage: the fight over a protective order. At stake were confidential documents, emails, text messages, and production notes that could reshape the case. The question was, should they remain sealed, or does the public deserve to know what's inside? Lively's legal team fought to keep certain documents hidden, arguing that their disclosure could cause significant personal and professional harm. Some reportedly contained medical records, family details, and private conversations with other celebrities, which, if leaked, could drag Hollywood's elite into the case. Ryan Reynolds also stepped in, filing a motion to support the protective order. Sources say he was deeply concerned that leaked documents could damage his family's privacy and expose personal business dealings. Lively's team insisted that some things should never be publicized, especially when they had no bearing on the legal dispute. Beyond personal concerns, Lively feared that unsealed emails and behind-the-scenes communications could damage her Hollywood reputation. If the documents painted her as difficult or manipulative, it could affect future job offers. For her, this was about more than just a lawsuit. It was about safeguarding her career and personal life. Baldoni's legal team took the opposite stance, pushing for full transparency. Their argument was simple. If Lively had nothing to hide, why was she fighting so hard to seal the records? Baldoni positioned himself as an advocate for openness, claiming that restricting documents would create a one-sided narrative. His legal team argued that Lively was using the protective order to control the story, making him look like the villain while keeping damaging information about herself out of the public eye. Beyond that, Baldoni's lawyers argued that sealing key evidence would hurt his defense. If documents related to negotiations, creative disputes, and production decisions were kept private, he couldn't prove that he acted in good faith. His team insisted that hiding these materials wasn't about privacy. It was about shielding Lively from scrutiny. Baldoni wanted the case to play out in the open, believing that the truth would vindicate him. His team saw the protective order as a deliberate attempt to suppress evidence that could challenge Lively's claims. After heated arguments, the judge issued a partial ruling in Lively's favor, but with key limitations. She was granted the ability to mark certain documents as attorney's eyes only, keeping them away from the press, the public, and even Baldoni himself. This allowed her to protect medical records, security details, and highly personal conversations. Lively's legal team claimed victory, emphasizing that the judge's decision protected her private information, medical records, and personal conversations. They framed it as a win for privacy rights, arguing that Baldoni's push for transparency was an attempt to invade her personal life rather than pursue justice. Baldoni's team, however, saw the ruling as an opportunity. While they didn't get full access to all documents, they gained the ability to challenge every confidentiality request, which meant that the fight was far from over. His lawyers immediately positioned the ruling as a partial win, arguing that it prevented Lively from sealing information without oversight. Both sides quickly rallied support, reaching out to Hollywood insiders, media outlets, and fans. Lively's team leaned into protecting personal boundaries, while Baldoni's camp pushed the narrative that truth and transparency were on their side. The case had now become more than just a lawsuit. It was a high-stakes PR war. With the courtroom battle intensifying, leaks to the media became a powerful weapon. Selective releases of emails, text exchanges, and behind-the-scenes footage shaped how the public perceived both stars. Each leak seemed strategically timed, ensuring that one side always had the upper hand, at least temporarily. One leaked email allegedly showed Lively expressing frustration over creative decisions, raising questions about whether her complaints were genuine concerns or power moves. In response, Baldoni's camp released behind-the-scenes footage of tense exchanges on set, suggesting that Lively was controlling and difficult to work with. Hollywood insiders speculated that powerful figures were backing both stars, influencing what information was being leaked and how it was framed. Some believed Lively's close industry ties were helping her control the media's portrayal of the case, while others argued that Baldoni's production company had its own agenda to protect its reputation. The leaks kept the public invested, with social media users and entertainment news outlets dissecting every new revelation. The case had transformed into Hollywood's most explosive legal drama, with each new leak fueling speculation and shifting public opinion. As if the case wasn't dramatic enough, a bizarre twist emerged. Reports suggested that Lively's legal team had employed a former CIA operative to assist with the case. This raised immediate questions. Was Lively using intelligence tactics to manipulate the media narrative? And how far was she willing to go to win? The allegations claimed that this former intelligence officer was advising Lively's team on controlling public perception, suppressing damaging leaks, and countering Baldoni's PR strategy. If true, it would suggest that Lively wasn't just fighting a legal battle, but a psychological and media war as well. Baldoni's camp seized on the controversy, suggesting that Lively's side was engaging in covert tactics to silence opposing voices. His lawyers hinted that this move proved Lively had something to hide. Why else would she need an ex-intelligence operative on her legal team? Lively's team dismissed the claims, calling them a desperate distraction from the real issues at hand. But the controversy had already taken on a life of its own, adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already chaotic legal battle. As this conflict between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni escalated, an even more troubling twist emerged: allegations of sexual harassment. What had started as a dispute over creative differences and confidentiality was now threatening to become something far more damaging and irreversible. The leaks, the media war, and the legal back and forth had already placed both stars under intense scrutiny. But as whispers of potential misconduct surfaced, the case took on a new weight, shifting from a Hollywood feud to a story that could have career-ending consequences. Rumors of sexual harassment allegations first surfaced when Lively's legal team began referencing sealed documents that, according to insiders, contained sensitive and damaging evidence against Baldoni. While they never directly accused him, the implications were clear. They were hinting at something more serious lurking beneath the surface. Media speculation quickly followed. Some reports suggested that the sealed evidence contained messages, recordings, or testimonies that could support a claim of inappropriate behavior. Others theorized that Lively's push for confidentiality wasn't just about protecting herself. It was about shielding someone else from exposure. The impact on Baldoni's career and reputation was immediate. Once known for his advocacy of women's rights and social justice, Baldoni now found himself in a precarious position. Even without direct accusations, his name being linked to potential misconduct was enough to cast doubt in the minds of industry insiders and the public. His legal team was quick to deny any wrongdoing, calling the allegations a strategic ploy to distract from the real legal dispute. But the damage was already done. In Hollywood, even the perception of a scandal can have lasting consequences. With these rumors swirling, the battle over sealed documents became even more critical. Lively's legal team pushed harder than ever to keep certain records confidential, arguing that their release would cause unnecessary harm and violate privacy rights. Their stance only fueled further speculation. If Baldoni was innocent, why were these documents being so fiercely protected? Baldoni's team countered aggressively, insisting that the public had a right to know the full truth. His lawyers accused Lively's camp of weaponizing secrecy to damage Baldoni's reputation without providing actual evidence. They demanded that all relevant documents be unsealed, arguing that transparency was the only way to clear his name. The court now faced a difficult decision. Would they allow these documents to remain sealed, or would they permit their release, potentially exposing new and explosive revelations? Legal experts debated whether certain materials could be deemed too sensitive for public access, but Baldoni's team remained firm. If these documents truly contained false or misleading claims, keeping them hidden only fueled suspicion. The introduction of sexual harassment allegations changed the stakes entirely. What had once been a civil dispute over a film contract was now teetering on the edge of something much bigger. The possibility of criminal implications loomed large. If the sealed documents contained credible allegations, this case could move beyond Hollywood headlines and into a legal investigation. Public perception shifted dramatically. Industry support for Lively versus Baldoni became a crucial factor, with some insiders distancing themselves from Baldoni, while others warned against rushing to judgment without proof. Social media exploded with debate. Was this an attempt to silence a victim, or a smear campaign designed to ruin Baldoni's career? The case also reignited discussions about the hashtag #MeToo and Hollywood's history with misconduct allegations. In an era where powerful men have been brought down by past actions, the mere hint of wrongdoing can be enough to permanently damage a career. Even if Baldoni successfully fights the allegations, the shadow of this controversy may never fully disappear. The courtroom battle had already been intense, but with these new accusations looming, the stakes had never been higher. What began as a legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has spiraled into a high-stakes Hollywood battle with far-reaching consequences. Beyond their personal reputations, this case is reshaping conversations about privacy, transparency, and power in the entertainment industry. With leaked documents, PR warfare, and career-threatening accusations, the fallout may extend far beyond the courtroom. The fight over the protective order has put a spotlight on how Hollywood handles lawsuits, particularly regarding sealing sensitive documents. While non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, and legal confidentiality have long been used to protect stars, this case challenges whether those protections should be easier or harder to obtain. If Lively succeeds in keeping key documents sealed, actors may push for stronger privacy clauses in contracts. Studios could also tighten legal protections to prevent public legal battles that damage films and reputations. However, if Baldoni forces more transparency, future lawsuits could face greater scrutiny, making it harder for celebrities to control narratives. As the case drags on, other Hollywood figures may be pulled into the controversy. With private emails and industry conversations leaked, there's growing speculation that A-list actors, producers, and executives could be implicated in unexpected ways. For both Lively and Baldoni, their Hollywood relationships are at risk. Studios may hesitate to cast either actor until the case is resolved. If Baldoni cannot clear his name from the sexual harassment allegations, his career could take a major hit. On the other hand, if Lively is seen as manipulating the legal system, it could damage her standing among industry power players. This case is just as much a PR war as it is a legal battle. The real question remains, is this about justice or just another Hollywood power struggle where only the strongest survive?